Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is December 19th, 2025, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over here to these charts and see what we see. I'm going to maximize this quarterly chart, resize this, and see what we see. And zoom in just a little bit here. What we see is still green on the quarter. We have this green candle here at the top, and we're just below a yearly R2. So we're still looking very bullish here on this quarterly chart. Let's go ahead and go down to the monthly chart and see what we see there. Let me zoom in here on this chart right here to stop it about right there. What we see here on this one is a doji. Last week we had this hammer, last month, this is the monthly chart. Right now, this thing, I think it was red. It was red on us before, and now it has turned green, which is a good thing. It means that buying pressure has come back in there. Those buyers they haven't gone anywhere yet, but we are still below this quarterly R1 level. We're trying to break these tops. Seemed like we had broke those tops, looked like that at one time and all, but we're still fighting at a top. So we're fighting at a top. Put that belt on, put those tools on to trade at a top and trade when it's going sideways, like we can see and all, and that's what you need to do. But right now, we can still also see we are still in a bull market. So again, start getting your watch list together for this thing to break to the upside. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know. Anything can happen, but that's what I kind of expect. I still think we can make all-time highs by the end of the month. We have to just kind of like wait and see. But let's go ahead and go down. That's, again, getting to my opinion, but not what I see is green here, and I see this thing does have the potential of actually going higher. Let's go to this weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, let me zoom in here. On this weekly chart, what the big thing is right now, we're kind of going south. We've gotten up here, and we've kind of gotten in this. Let me erase that. We kind of got in a little range up here, and some people will see this whole thing going like this, and they want to call this something, they want to call that something, but it is what it is. We see what we see here, we're going sideways. We're going kind of like this. How long will this last? I don't know, but the thing is for this is looking for it to break above here, and when it breaks above here, the question is, will we break 700 by the end of the year? That's my big question. Right now we did get a pretty good buying pressure here this week, to push this thing back up, back above pivot. And because again, above pivot, stay above pivot is what I kind of expect. So we got to kind of like wait and see what's going to happen there. Let me just zoom down here on these monthly pivots. These are monthly pivots. I just want to see how far away was my R1. My R1 is at 95, 695, and also if we get to, normally if this thing can turn around and turn green next week, I do believe we can break that R1 and end up trying to break 700 by the end of the year. But we just got to kind of like wait and see what's going to happen there. Let's go ahead and go down to the daily noise and wrap this on up. Boom. Daily noise, zoom in here. I just want to zoom in here, right here for the last few days. There was option expiration day here, and that's what this line represents here. I did have some options that was expiring and stuff, and everything was okay there. And what we see here, last week on this daily thing, we had a lot of red candles, as you can see here in the last few days here, and then today looked like this thing want to turn around, but option expiration day. So we got to kind of like wait and see what's going to happen on Monday. Monday, this little white line that you're seeing here is next week's pivot, and I'll look like we probably will be opening above that line. I expect us to stay above that line, and that lets me see that if this thing does turn bullish and still when we start getting a trend to the up, start trending upwards, a more bullish type trend than what we've had in the last few days, this downward trend, I kind of expect us to get to at least this 687 here, and then see if we can actually break these highs. And then on that other chart, on that monthly chart, is the 695 is our R1 level that I like to see us get by the end of the month, and then we'll be really, really close to that 700 level that I think we can break by the end of the year. But next week is going to be the big week, it's Christmas week. It's a short week, and let's see if the bull's going to get in there and the bear's going to take a holiday. The bear should be hibernating right now, so let's see if that's good. They're going to actually hibernate for us and let these bulls drive this market on up. We have to just kind of like wait and see. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you guys. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.